happened.
Welcome back, everybody. It is February 15th, 2023, and today we're going to be talking about an all-time classic favorite, I think, of just about everybody's, Casino. And we're going to be talking about the goofs, mistakes, errors, continuity, whatnot. It's going to be a lot of fun. I even learned a couple of things that I didn't know while putting this together with Red. So, welcome back, Mob Vlog. All righty, Red Wemette, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I hope all you folks out there appreciate Adam worked his butt off on this one.
Hey, you know what? We try. We really do try. And I'm quite passionate about the whole movie and the aspects of the reality versus, you know, facts versus fiction. So we're gonna really break it down, and we're gonna break the movie down. We even have a clip, tiny little clip we're gonna play from the movie where they make reference to Tony Spilotro in the movie directly by referring to. I think
that's a good clip too. I think that's a good clip. I never noticed it in the movie.
I never noticed it either. So when Tony walks, we're gonna play it for you. But when Joe Pesci walks out of the Gold Rush jewelry store and he's about to go car jumping from car to car. Oh, by the way, hit the like button, guys. He goes car to car, getting cars. And I'm going to tell you, it's right when he walks out of the jewelry store, they highlight him. And you hear the FBI agent on the radio. And what does he say, Red? He says, he's on the way.
They're on the move. They're on the move.
It's the ant. They call him
and
the ant.
Bogey. And the bogey. And the
he says he's with the bogey. I think it's Frank. Yeah. Literally calls him the ant and then says he's with the bogey. I think it's Frank. You hear all that plain as day. And I never noticed it watching the movie. I don't think any of you guys may have noticed it. Everybody, last week we didn't do a show because I had to work. And next week may possibly it's a 50-50 shot as if I do or we do one or not. So Adam had enough passion for Valentine's Day and Casino in the same week. Yeah, Jim, and I got enough for you too and everybody else that's watching. Oh, okay. Listen closely, everyone. I'm going to play this a little later. We're going to play it. Listen, here it is. They say it's Frank. Listen, here we go. We're going to play this. Listen up.
Okay, he's out. It's the Ant ground unit, and he's with the bogey. I think it's Frankie.
Oh, you know what? I think it is Frankie. I think they do say Frankie, Slapsy Maxie. Now that I just listened to it again, I think they do say Frankie. But you guys hear that? He's out. It's the Ant. He's on the move. He's with the bogey. I think it's Frankie.
Okay, he's out. It's the Ant ground unit, and he's with the bogey. I think it's Frankie.
He's out, ground unit. He's with the
bogey. Bogey is golf language for 2 holes.
Yeah, but isn't a bogey also somebody you're following? Because pilots call other airplanes bogeys, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Target.
All right, but it is a golf term as well. All right, so everybody remembers the scene, right? You remember the scene? Sharon Stone comes back to the house and all the ramming and jamming into the back of Lefty's Cadillac. And then she drives across the yard.
Forget that. What, she hit it 4 times, 3 times? She just went back and forth, smashed it, smashed it.
Five. She smashes into him 5 times. Okay.
5 times.
5.
Well, show us where it's parked now. Show us where it's parked.
Across the road. Okay, so
now it's not only across the sidewalk. It's not only across the sidewalk. That's a sidewalk there, but it's in the bushes.
Okay, so the bumper is in the bushes. The passenger tire is on the sidewalk, almost the middle of the sidewalk, right, Red?
That car is wider than a sidewalk, guy.
It is. That's what I'm saying. The driver's tire has to be off the sidewalk in the grass on the other side.
Right.
Okay, next shot. There's the car. Both tires are on the sidewalk. How'd the car move?
How did it do that?
And look at where the bush is. Okay, the bush should be right up on that front right bumper. Because look, it's damn near in the bush.
In the right bumper, the left bumper is damaged in that scene. Look back at it again. See the left bumper? The driver's side bumper is damaged.
Yeah, it is. You know what? It is. It's bumped up a bit because on the left side it is lower. It's about 1.5 inches under the headlights, and on the right side it is upright to the headlight.
Correct.
Yeah, the bumper is damaged. Might take that back.
Now in the other shot, it's not damaged. In the other shot after this, it's not damaged.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the cornfield. They drop Michael into the hole. There is Michael on his left side. Blue underwear. Left side. Laying on his left side. Okay, they're about to dump Tony into the hole, and look, dead body flipped over. He's on his right side now.
He's on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here he's on his right side. Now he's on his left side. There you go.
He rolled over a couple times. He rolled over in the grave.
It's the body flipped. Okay, so it flipped. All right. Tamera Rand. Pesci. Now, Red didn't even realize it was the kitchen that Pesci goes through when he goes to kill.
Yes, look at the clock on the oven up to the left. It's a digital clock. They didn't have digital clocks back when the murder took place.
It couldn't happen. Couldn't have happened. Digital clock. Okay. What's wrong with this shot? Anybody?
The boom microphone over the reflection of it over in the window on the right.
The boom
See the microphone?
Microphone.
Right.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I know. I got my left and my right confused. Loser. So, the boom mic, as the door is opening to the bank, that's the Vegas Valley Savings and Loan, as it's opening, you see the reflection of the boom mic. It looks like a street signal light, you know, but that's the boom mic reflected in the window. And that's Sharon Stone.
It's right over her head.
Reflection. What's that?
You can see it's right over her head in the reflection. In the reflection of the windows on the right, you can see it's over her head.
Oh, yeah. It's up over her head. Yes, of course. Get out of the shot. But it still ended up in the shot. So it does look like a traffic light, Slapsy. That's what I was saying. Yeah. They said he was buried alive in a shallow grave. So they did. They said that he was buried alive. Let's go back to that. You know, there was a lot. I used to say that on the tour that they were buried alive, that they found sand in their, you know, in their breathing down their lungs.
Well, they actually found them in their lungs during the autopsy.
What do you know about that?
So they were breathing when they went in the hole.
You think that they were still alive? The bodies were still. Oh God, that's a horrible thought. That's a horrible thought.
Well, they found sand in their lungs. I mean, in the mouth you could see it, but in the lungs, no.
Yeah. By the way, guys, hit the like button if you're just coming in, and if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below, and don't be a stranger. Jump on into the comments.
Hello, Christ is Lord.
Welcome to the Adam Flowers Movie Continuity Channel. Yes, that's it. That's what we're going to rename this. Yes. Erie, Colorado. Tim Peroni, nice to have you with us today. Chris Edmondson, it's nice to see you as well. Okay, Sharon Stone comes back into the house. Now, love this room. For some reason, this room is iconic. That silver viney wallpaper on the walls. But notice the carpeting on the floor. Now, when you watch the movie next, you're going to see Sharon walk into the room. And as she walks in, you're going to hear her heels go clickety, clickety, click on the carpeting.
On the carpeting.
Bad as Pesci doing a burnout in the middle of the desert and the tires squealing from the sand. Anyway, pay attention to that scene. By the way, that scene, that room right there is also Tim Steffs. Glad to hear you're loving this. That room is also in an Adam Lambert music video, rock music video. Izzy Azalea, she did an R&B music video where she's laying on that bed with a little freaking white tiger on the mattress. Tony Yaris, thanks for the super sticker, buddy. Appreciate you. So that is the shoes clicking scene. So pay attention to that next time you guys are watching it. This is the one part of the movie that De Niro, I guess, hated. Not De Niro, sorry. Lefty Rosenthal hated. That De Niro portrayed him on his television show, Juggling. I guess that it hurt his ego. And pay attention, I just noticed this when I watched it last night. He drops the balls. De Niro drops them. So he juggles 3 balls, and then he misses. And he's concentrated when he's juggling those 3 balls. You got to watch him. But he drops them. So that makes him look like he screwed up, like he couldn't juggle. So I think that hurt. I think that hurt Rosenthal's ego. What do you think, Red?
I think so.
Why else would you been upset about the scene? So Tim Steffs, thanks a bunch for the super sticker, buddy. Glad you guys are enjoying the content today. Hey, Red, I got a joke for you.
Go ahead. Shoot.
All right, so this guy, he's an older guy, he retired, and he thought, I'm going to make some extra money. I think I'm going to become a doctor. So he opened up a doctor's office, and he called it Old Geezer's Doctor's Office, and he put a big sign up in the window and said, $500 will cure anything. $1,000 back if not cured. So this Dr. Young's walking by, and he sees the sign up in the window, and he thought to himself, I can make a quick $500 here. So he walked in, and he said to the doctor, he said, I've lost my sense of taste. He says, I can't taste anything. Doc said, I got some medicine for that. Sit down right here in the chair. He's, nurse, go over to box 221, get that medicine bottle out, come over and put 3 drops in Mr. Young's mouth. So the nurse came out, drop. Mr. Young, oh my guys, that's not medicine, that's gasoline. Dr. Geezer said, congratulations, sense of taste is back. That'd be $500. So what a week Dr. Young's doing, because Geezer got him for $500. So he wants his $500 back. So he says, I know I'm going to get my money back. So he walked in and he said, hey, Doc, he said, my memory's not working too well lately. It's getting kind of foggy and whatnot up there. You have something for me? He said, damn right I do. Sit down right here in this chair. Nurse, go over to box 221, get the medicine out, and put 3 drops in Mr. Young's mouth. Mr. Young stood up and said, no way, that's gasoline. I said, congratulations, your memory's back. He said, that'd be $500. Dr. Young goes back in. And he really was I'm going to get at least half my money back from this guy. He said, Doc, he said, I can't see too well. My eyesight's starting to go. So I'm really getting kind of fuzzy and all. Doctor said, geez, I don't have any medicine for that. He said, I guess I have to give you your $1,000. So he wrote out a check and handed it to Mr. Young. Mr. Young, he took a look at it and said, hey, that's for only $300. He said, congratulations, your vision's back. That'd be $500. All right, let's get back to this movie. Enough of this nonsense around. What do we have here in the comments? Jacqueline Moore. Hey, guys. I guess I owe you a drink, Jacqueline, because they're going to have the Super Bowl here, huh? Joe Collada's in the house. Great show, everybody.
Yes,
good
he is.
Glad you guys are having. In your opinion, who planted the bomb on Lefty's car? I have no idea. No clue. Nobody's ever going to know. Nobody's going to brag about doing a bad job. If they'd have blown Lefty up, somebody would have bragged about it. I'm the guy who whacked Lefty. And
whoever did it is dead by now.
No, nobody's gonna. It's never gonna find out. So, one of my favorite scenes in Casino is when Nicky is watching his son play a little league baseball game. Little Nicky hits the ball, and none of the kids on the other team move an inch. I never noticed that. I'm gonna have to look back at that part. But you know what we just found last night?
You have a piece on that.
Last night, yeah. No, I found the school. I found the location, the filming location for that baseball scene. And it's on the crime tour. Would you believe it? It's literally
and they looked on that too.
Yeah, no idea. So, and the house too that they shoot up in the movie Casino, Nicky and his crew got stoned and they shot up the cops' houses. We drive right past that house on the tour. It doesn't look anything like it. So anymore, there's no point in showing it. But anyway, Adam, there are some missing scenes in the Casino trailer. These scenes are not even in the DVD cutscene list. Lefty says to Tony, I knew one day you would bury me. Tony says you buried yourself. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Christ is Lord, Red unblocked you on his channel last night, just so you know.
Yes, I did, buddy. I tried to anyway. I don't know if it did or not.
We got your email, and I passed it along to Red. So I was juggling in the shower last night. My wife told me to clean up my act. That humor is really hard, isn't it? Oh, so Reg, you ever meet or deal with Solly D? Bill wants to know.
I didn't. No, nope. I did not, Bill.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get the juggling thing off of the screen here and get back to it. All right. Are you ready? What's the matter with this picture? Well, the problem is this is supposed to be prior to 1982. And what you're looking at is Robert De Niro talking into a microphone that has an XLR connection that was not available till 1984. So
that
those
little red piece on the end, right?
Yeah, those XLR cables. I'm sorry, Red?
Isn't that the little red piece on the end here?
Well, some of them have different, you know, they do that to mark mic cables. So you have, you know, one end and the other end, and so you know which cable's which. So you color code them. This one doesn't have that, but this again is an XLR connection on that did not exist at the time. Speaking of cables and microphones, this reporter who's working for Channel 13 has an Inside Las Vegas logo on the microphone. That logo was not around until the 90s. So wouldn't have had that. By the way, guys, you're going to go, where, Adam, Red, where the hell did you come up with all of this, these little oddities and little nonsense? Well, here's where. And not everything that you read online or hear on YouTube is accurate. Just want to put that out. There's a lot of information flying around. I mean, if you want a lot of it, go over to Red's channel. And Red didn't get that. Didn't even laugh. Nothing.
I'm thinking to myself, how could you say that?
Channel, yeah, nothing. He just sits there. Right over. Unbelievable.
You want to hear bullshit? Go see me.
Wow. I just watched part of the trailer there, and I did not see any of that. Anyways, I'm on IMDb, and IMDb has a list of trivia, goofs, whatnot, and that's where some of these came up from. But we are going to show you some things that are not in the goofs and the trivia. So let's look at some more of the goofs that are listed here. So the shots of the Stardust, quote Stardust, and entry to the Flamingo show the results of redesigns done in the early 90s. We read that, and I said to Red, where in the hell is the Flamingo or the Stardust even shown in the movie Casino? They aren't. I've never seen them in the movie Casino.
We found them, folks.
Off to the search we went, I'm telling you, when I tell you guys, we spent hours putting this shit together. I'm not kidding you. Right, Red? It's literally hours.
Lots of hours.
Lots and lots of hours. Okay, here's the first time you see Lefty's suite. There it is. Now, pay attention to a few things in this suite. The chandelier. You guys recognize the chandelier is all tiered, okay? Right to the right of the chandelier is the Landmark Casino. To the left of it, now, if this was shot in the penthouse suite of the Riviera before it was blown up, obviously, can't shoot in it after it was blown up. That would be to the left, the International or the Hilton, which would have been the Hilton at the time. I think it's too far back for it to be. I don't think that this shot, I think that the windows are completely, the whole thing's a map.
A picture behind the windows. A picture behind the windows.
Yeah, I don't think the mountains look right. And you guys see all that green out there? That's not what Vegas looks like. That's not what Vegas used to look like. That's not what Vegas has ever looked like.
But they got the interior right as far as the lamps go and everything else. All
the interior looks great. You know, all that could have existed. But let's look at it later on. Let's take a look at the room later on in the movie. Here it is with the lights out. Sir, should I say the sun down?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you guys see that tiered chandelier to the left there? All right. Just see the tip of it, the bottom tip. And to the right, there's the Landmark again. Now, to the left of the chandelier, you see the Rio just underneath the chandelier. That's the Rio. That wasn't built
the red sign coming up, yeah.
And to the left of that, there's the Dunes sign. Now, the Dunes is where the Bellagio is located. Okay, the Dunes wouldn't be anywhere close to the Landmark. No. To the right of the Landmark, let's look in the set of windows where there's two lamps. One to the left is on and the one to the right is off. To the left, the one that's on, behind it is Circus Circus. To the right is the Frontier. Then you have a building, and then to the right of that building, do you see that little bunch of lights? That's the Stardust sign.
Yeah, give us a close-up of that, Adam.
This is what the Stardust sign looked like. Okay. You guys see the little cluster lights that goes up, the little tip and all. It's supposed to represent a mushroom cloud from an atomic explosion, radiation, stardust. Okay. So there's the sign again on the right. You see it down there in the window. Let's zoom in on it. And you can actually see the R, the D, and the U in Stardust in that sign.
And the point that comes up to the top. And right next to it, you see the Frontier.
See the point right there. That's the same point. That's it. It's lit up. Now, if you watch the background in the movie during this scene, you actually see the Stardust sign light up. It's a video. Now, this was Marty's first all-digital movie, so very digitally put that in there. Greg Polly, how you doing? Good to see you, Greg. Greg was out here for his birthday a couple of years ago. He jumped off.
Like button, folks. Hit that like button.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting anyway, that these casinos, I mean, that whole background, completely fake, except maybe the Landmark, which would have been.
They must have used a lot of pictures in there.
What's that, Red?
They must have used a lot of pictures in there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot. Okay, so in IMDb, on IMDb, and again, I tell you, there's good information, there's bad information, okay?
There's misinformation and there's information.
Yes. So supposedly, they wrote in here that in the beginning of the movie, the cowboy character comes into Ace Rothstein's office, and he's wearing a turquoise medallion of some sort. Well, if you look closely at that, you'll see it's a bear's foot, and that is in the shape of a bear's foot, and it has 5 claws at the top of it. 5 coming up.
He's the county commissioner.
Yeah, he's the county commissioner.
And he
said
Don is his nephew. And then he said Don was his brother-in-law.
So he does, as a matter of fact, say that. So that medallion, they say that at the end of the movie, Sharon Stone is wearing that same medallion, that they somehow reused the costumes. So here's the medallion one more time, barefoot. Here's the medallion she's wearing at the end. Turquoise, yes it is, but it's in the shape of a
totally different.
Totally different. So yeah, they're both wearing turquoise, but you know, that's that South, that Western jewelry. You know, they have a lot of turquoise they used and silver and all. So
well, that was a tie. That was a shoestring tie that the commissioner had.
Yeah, it was a shoestring tie. Okay. All right, you guys all remember the scene when she goes to the restaurant to go see Nicky. Now, this has confused me for a long time, and it's because I only knew Pierrot's looking like this, like how it looks nowadays. That sign to the right, they just changed out and put in a digital screen for a sign, but this is what the building used to look like. Now, this is looking at it from the west side, northwest view of the of Pierrot's. Now, you notice that the boards, the brown boards on the white above the valet entrance, there they are on the right. Those brown boards on the right. That's what the entryway used to look like at Pierrot's. So, indeed, they did use that restaurant. But here's the funny part about and this is a continuity thing. She goes to the restaurant. She goes upstairs. She gets into the argument with Pesci. Pesci brings her down the stairs. You remember that? Down the stairs and then throws her out the door. And that's where we see her wrist pads when she
she had pads on her hands.
That's right. So when they throw her out of the restaurant, notice the gate in the background, the fence. That's the Las Vegas Country Club wall. So they're throwing her out of the country clubhouse. So she went into Pierrot's. What's that? What's that, Red?
It's not the same way she came in.
It's not even the same building that she came in.
No.
All right, you're gonna love this one. So before he goes to get his gaming license, Lefty or Ace Rothstein goes to get his gaming license. He bolo, thank you, Slapsy. It's a bolo tie. That shoestring tie, they call them bolo ties.
Yes, they do.
Greg Polly. Yeah, he jumped off the sky pod, see, for his 70th birthday. That was his birthday. Do the mob tour and jump off the Stratosphere Tower. That's what I feel like doing sometimes when I get done with the mob tour.
Easy, Adam. Easy.
Just kidding. That's too high.
You're not going to bounce.
Okay. All right. So, how about before Lefty gets before Ace Rothstein goes to get his gaming license and has his hearing, he's sitting in his house in the evening. He's wearing his silk robe. He's smoking a cigarette. I think he smokes a cigarette in every scene. And he's watching the television, old color TV, and the newscaster's on there talking. There's the newscaster talking. Here's the problem. This is supposed to be in the 70s. The building to the left of the newscaster, that's the Mirage. The Mirage wasn't built until the 80s. So how the hell is the Mirage in the damn scene that's supposed to be in the 70s? Now, I'll give him
a Mirage.
That awful, freaking awful jacket that he's wearing that makes my eyeballs hurt, man.
They were very back then.
That's from the right era.
Adam, they were very popular back then.
Sure they were, Red. I'm sure you owned a few, didn't you?
No. I always liked, I liked always plain color, one color.
One color. Just plain color.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The Riviera is shown in the movie Casino. The actual word Riviera. When they're sitting at the pool. Here it is. On the the bathrobe, you see the R, the Riviera R, and it says Riviera Hotel and Casino right there. They're supposed to be sitting at the right. They're sitting at the Riviera. There you go. So the Riviera logo made it.
But they were supposed to be at the Tangiers when they shot that shot.
I don't know about that. That was before they
Yeah,
got the
he sat down. He said, you know, he said, if I came in, I'd have to do it my way.
Okay. Okay. It was after
by the pool.
So there's supposed to be, yeah, there's the Riviera show. All right. But all the interior shots of the casino are there in the casino or at the Riviera. So, okay. Here's one. Sharon Stone stealing chips. When she gets busted stealing the chips, the strap on her purse breaks. She does this movement, and you see the strap break, swings up around the other side of her neck. So she's got a chain like this around her neck for a half a second, and then boom, the purse is fixed in the very next shot. Strap's fine. So watch for that.
Cut. We have to fix the strap.
Yeah, right. So the next scene, when she's hustling the chips from the guy says, "Here you go. Thanks for your time." And as he hands out, he has 2 chips in his hand. The next cut, he has 4 chips in his hand. Sharon Stone looks at him and goes, "Come on." And the camera angle switches, and he says, "What's the matter?" And then it cuts back to her, and she says, "I made you money all night. I want my fair cut." He says, "I've been seeing you taking those chips." Okay. When she said, "Come on," and he turned and said, "What's the matter?" That's the expression on her face as he says, "What's the matter?" She's smiling. It's the total wrong expression. She's supposed to be mad that he's not giving her money, and she's smiling as he says, "What's the matter?" You guys are never going to watch this movie the same again, are you? You're never going to see this the same. You're going to
Nick Pileggi's going to give you a call on this one.
Okay, this is the mama. This is Scorsese's mother. She's carrying the meat the balls into the room.
Oh, this is in Kansas City. This is in Kansas City.
Way back home years ago, okay?
Artie's mother.
Yeah, she's carrying the meatballs. Now, her left hand has a brace on it. You see that brace?
A cast. It has a cast on it.
10 years later, supposedly, they're standing in the grocery store when the sun's going off about all the names, and they're picking up all the names. So this is in
I gotta keep records, Ma.
A decade later, Mom still has the cast on her hand. Cast.
Look at that left hand. Yeah.
She's gonna wear a damn cast for 10 years. Come on. All right. When you're going into the closet, they're gonna put the money into the floor safe in Tony's house. They walk,
which he didn't have a floor safe.
Didn't have floor safes, right? Didn't have any floor safe. From my understanding, the hands are somebody else's hands in that scene. It looks kind of funny the way his hands move. Watch closely. It looks like somebody's reaching around him and doing the hands. Okay, as they walk into the bedroom and into the closet, do you see to the right of the door? It's a painting of a clown. Now, I don't know if that was making any kind of reference to Joe Lombardo, but they did put a picture of the clown. Now, maybe it's a reference from Goodfellas. What am I funny? Funny how? Funny like a clown? Do I amuse you? Maybe that's why they put the clown up there. I don't know. That's, again, I don't know.
But it's things you don't normally catch.
Yeah, stuff you don't normally catch. I'll tell you one thing you don't normally catch is seeing the damn Stardust in that scene.
I didn't.
I can't believe it made it into the movie. By the way, the song Stardust is played 3 times during the movie Casino. So that was kind of a, mild way of Scorsese putting it in there. The guy with the mustache used to work at Caesar's Palace at the men's store in the Forum Shops. You are 100% correct. He did.
Slamsy Maxie had a point there. That picture is of red buttons behind when he's walking into the closet. It's of red buttons.
Oh, is it? Red buttons?
Part? Yeah, take a look at it.
Red Skelton.
Slamsy Maxie, you're sharp. You picked it up.
Is that Red Skelton?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it's Red Skelton.
Red Buttons. He played in the Titan or what was it? Not Titanic. He played that movie where the ship Poseidon Adventure. He played the Poseidon Adventure.
Red Buttons is the name?
Yes.
There he is. Is a clown? Red Buttons clown.
Many times he dressed like that.
Oh, he had the hobo makeup. He did the black mouth with the white lips. He did whole, like, you know, homeless hobo. That's not what's in this picture over here on the wall. That picture doesn't have any black around the face, and no. It's
Look
close.
At the eyes.
It's close,
Look
but that's
the
not
big
him.
bow tie, the big red bow tie.
There's the black around the mouth and the white lips.
What about the bow tie?
He didn't have a bow tie either. He had a scarf.
That's a scarf? Okay.
No, I'm telling you that Red Buttons had a scarf. The Red Buttons, the clown, he had a scarf. Oh, man, I try to save pictures, and it is, why do I always have this issue? Here, there it is. Open. Here, this is what Red Buttons, the clown, looked like, Red. There you go. See? So this similar, but yeah, it's not the same.
Well, it's not the same picture.
Yeah. Anyway, so those of you that have been on the mob tour, come out here. You may have met the Wisebarts, Sharon and Richard. They're in the movie Casino. There they are on the left.
Got me right there. There they are. Wish I had a pointer over on the left-hand side.
Left-hand side, Dick is wearing red slippers, red and blue striped robe, and Sherry is wearing a orangish robe, and they're walking across. They're the nosy neighbors, okay, when the police pull up. So that's the Wisebarts. And sometimes when we're at the Wisebarts' house, Dick comes home in his Mustang, his convertible Mustang. The Mustang convertible is in the movie. So Dick made it into the movie, so did his car. That is his Mustang sitting in front of the Vegas Valley Savings and Loan in the movie. There. Yeah, it's only in there for a few seconds, but that's Dick's Mustang. So Lovett's Custard's been there forever downtown. They met right across the street from Lovett's in the movie. There's Lovett's Frozen Custard, and there is where they pull up to meet and talk. So anyway, that's out here as well. Here's one in a continuity error that they claim is an error. You guys decide. I don't think it's an error. Red does. So we're kind of split on this next one. So you guys can decide. By the way, Tommy Bridges. So yes, that guy who plays the actor who's he was well known in the fashion industry. Yes. So here's the story. Robert Allen got that role. Now, Robert was my mentor when I first moved to town. Robert's the one who started the mob tour. He was supposed to play that role. He had it locked in. He was cast as that guy. And then Pesci and De Niro, they went shopping one afternoon, and they walked into that guy's store. And he went, "Oh, you guys want the sweaters? Here, take the sweaters. Started giving them all kinds of free crap. And they said, "Oh, you want a part in the movie? Come on." They took him down, and they got him into the movie and took Robert's role from him. So Robert was always forever pissed at that guy taking his role. Anyway, the school is the old Bishop Gorman on Oakey and Maryland Parkway. So it is not. That is not the school on Oakey. And no, it is not the Bishop Gorman. That school that they play baseball at is hold on. I'm going to tell you exactly. I don't want to get this wrong because I just learned it last night And
yes, I know. So did I.
I'm telling you, I went around Google Maps satellite view looking at all the Catholic churches and schools because there is a crucifix on one of the walls with Christ on the crucifix. So I assumed Catholic church. So I started looking at all the Catholic schools. And I thought, well, which ones were around, definitely around then. And so I found it. And then I matched it up because you see the bell tower on the school in the shot when little Nicky swings at the ball and hits his, you see the bell tower. And that's how I found this. Okay, here it is. The school is called Our Lady of Las Vegas Catholic Church. It's on Alta and Campbell. That's the one. So, so Julian, go check it out. That's the school that they use. Now, that's at least the outside. Okay, I'm not saying that it was the inside. See what I mean? Bishop Gorman,
Things change.
Bishop Gorman High School. The school's the old Bishop Gorman on Oakey and Maryland Parkway. This Bishop Gorman High School is Wallapai and Russell. That's not even close to Oakey and Maryland. Maryland's on the other side of town. Oakey is, I gotta go north. Sorry, Red. But this is what
okay.
It'll bother me. Okay, there's Oakey. Okay, Oakey, Maryland. Oh, this is downtown.
Nice for goody. Hey, does the church have a slot machine? Slot machines in the church.
Was there a school there that's now an empty parking lot? Because all I see is an empty parking lot at Oakey and Maryland Parkway on the southeast corner. That's all I see. So anyway, the baseball field is the old Bishop Gorman. No, it is definitely, Julian is definitely the school. I'm telling you it is. So it's the Our Lady of, Okay. So Julian doesn't want to give up. Julian, it's not the school. I'm telling you, it's
some
not,
people, man. You cannot convince reality unless they're there.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Gorman
Julian.
High 20 years ago. Yeah, tell you, that's not the school. I know which school it is. 100%. The Casino movie used a lot of Las Vegas locals, like Randy the cop. Randy Sutton. Yes, Randy Sutton, the police officer. Well, he ended up in Miss Congeniality too. When Fools Rush In, Cops, Vegas, the TV show, Waters World, every damn Fox News broadcast that guy's been on. It's crazy. So the only thing the movie Casino didn't use from Vegas is money. It's true. Devin Morrow, good to see you, Devin. He was on the tour not too long ago.
Hi, Devon. How you doing?
So here's the last one. This is the controversial one. Red and I couldn't agree on it. But here's what it says on IMDb. It says that the money on the table in front of Lester Diamond is not consistent. However, it looks like the money doesn't even change places.
That is not $10,000. That is not $10,000. $10,000 would be that thick.
10,000's about that thick. $100 bill. Where's my stat? I don't have it. It's 100 bills. Okay. So that to me does not. Let's look at the side view of this. See how it's crimped really tightly in the center? That's like 50 bills maybe, but they're fluffed out on the ends. That's how it looks to me. So from this angle, it just looks like it's bigger because it's fluffier, but it's an illusion because it's actually very, very tight around that rubber band in the center.
I think you're right, Adam. I just think it's a different angle. Those are used. That's all.
Tell you what, those aren't freshies. No, sir. Those are all crinkled up to a small pile. So what are they saying? What are the viewers saying? You think that it's definitely the pile doesn't look any different to a small pile. Now, I don't know if it changes pile. Depends how new the bills are. Yeah, it does, but these bills do not look new. They look wrinkly, crinkled. And that, I don't see it changing. Why would they change it anyway? You know, once the prop's in there, it's in there. They're going to take it out and put a different prop in. I mean, nothing even moves. The glasses.
Yeah, but it does look like $20 bills. It does look like it's $20 bills.
The calendar or menu, whatever it is. And it's 100. It says 100 right there on top. At least the top bill.
They say it on top. Maybe a stacked Rolo.
Yeah, well, how do I know that it's not just a bunch of ones with $100 bill wrapped around it? Why don't you fan them out for me? My cousin Vinny. How about I kick your ass and then I take the money? Oh, God.
Chris says it right here. Prop money.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know. Okay, so those of you that didn't hear it earlier, here's where they reference Tony Spilotro in the movie Casino. Listen closely. You're going to hear him say he's out. It's the Ant. He's on the move. Ground unit. He's got a bogey. We think it's Frankie. Listen.
Okay, he's out. It's the Ant ground unit, and he's with the bogey. I think it's Frankie.
Yeah, and he's with the bogey. I think it's Frankie. He's out. It's the Ant.
That's the only time they make reference.
He's out. It's the Ant.
It's the only time. It's the only time they ever make any reference, but they call him the Ant in the movie, and I bet you guys didn't know that. So that's
I didn't.
I didn't either. I couldn't. I had no idea. So, Michael Graham, Adam, if you keep up with this continuity criticism of Casino, Martin Scorsese's going to put a hit out on you.
That's what I told him.
Look,
Mike, that's the same thing I told him.
Look, I found this really fun and amusing, digging around, finding all these little errors and things and whatnot in the movie, because this started a couple weeks ago when we were talking about, well, was the movie accurate or wasn't it accurate? And we said, well, let's see. Let's point out all the things that were accurate.
That was my crazy thing. I said it wasn't accurate at all. Adam says it was.
We said, let's go down the list. Let's find out what's accurate, what's not accurate. Before the pen attack in the bar, Nicky can be seen drinking his drink. Seen from another angle, the glass on the bar is untouched. Red and I looked at that. I disagree. The glass looks the same to me. When Sam introduces Nicky to the casino manager, he stands up twice. I looked for it, couldn't find that. When Ginger is smashing the car, yeah, she drives up and it's diagonally, and then it's perfectly parked on the path. Oh, one of the cameras by the private investigator that's taking the pictures of
yes.
Okay, it switches, I guess, between manual film advance and automatic film advance. I guess in one shot he's and then the next shot it's just doing it automatically. So when Ginger's arguing with Sam about lending her $25,000, she's in the kitchen, she's holding the coffee cup, she's wearing the robe that says that her coffee cup switches hands between shots. I watched it through. No continuity errors, in my opinion. She just switching hands in the coffee cup, and it looked pretty damned to me like that's what she was doing. So I disagree with that one. When Ace refuses the gaming license, when he's refused the gaming license in court, Phil Green is seen standing in the background. In the next shot, he is seen getting up. I couldn't find that. So there's a lot of different things continuity wise in the movie, but overall,
wouldn't you say that what do you call it? IB, the site that you're looking at.
Oh, IMDb, guys. Yeah, I'm on
IMDb. IMDb is not always accurate. They're not always accurate.
Anybody can post stuff in here. That's the thing. Anybody can post things. So, in the restaurant scene, Nicky's restaurant, where Ace confronts Ginger, who's drunk, the wine martini glass in the middle of the table is knocked over. Then it is upright again. Then it is over, and then it is upright again. So that glass switches back and forth, which I didn't go and grab all that. But maybe we can do this again and get into other things in the movie too. So Anyway, so what do you think? What do you think? Got some comments? Julian, Adam, I'm from Las Vegas. I know Larry Henry, and we both believe that Tamera Rand was part of the Teamsters deal. So Julian, I agree that it probably went down because of that.
Yeah.
To get rid of her. What do you think, Red?
In the movie, they made it sound like she was suing and she was gonna just take over the whole casinos and everything. But she might have been part of the Teamsters, the whole thing involved.
Julian,
the script and the lines and everything, they don't have to be that accurate.
So the lady
overall, though, I have to say, Casino is a very entertaining movie.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, yes. I think it's number 150 something out of every movie ever made. Casino is number 150 according to some 500,000 votes on IMDb. That's where it lands. All right, so Joe Pesci's wife. That's saying was supposed to be on Frank Lefty. So I was watching Sammy the Bull Gravano, and he was saying he was supposed to be on Frank Collada's show. Is that true? Poised for Duty, Frank didn't have anybody on the show. When we first started, Frank liked the spotlight on him, and that was it. Everyone, if you go back and watch some of the first original videos, you'll see me asking Frank some questions every once in a while, but that's it. That's the only thing, besides Tom Wallach, who's singing the intro song. There was nobody else ever till Frank passed away. And after Frank passed away, obviously I needed to start going around and looking for other people to interview and talk with.
You had quite a few guests. You had quite a few guests on there.
Did. Whole lot. Yeah. Anyway, so Michael Graham,
David Bowman, you had Ori Spado, you had who else do you have?
Oh, David Bowman, Ori Spado.
You had Lewis on with you?
Elaine Smith, Frankie Forliano, Denny Griffin. I interviewed a lot of people. Michael Graham, Adam, I'll never watch Casino the same again. Please don't analyze Goodfellas. I think Michael's asking for something, Red. I think I know. Yes. So, Adam, watch the trailer, the restaurant scene, exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds into it. I'll watch it when we get off of air. I'll watch it. So Joe Pesci's wife. Yes, it is Joe Pesci's wife. And she is the one that is depicted in the movie. She's the one in the movie. It's depicted in the movie. All right, hold on. We got a call coming in here, Red.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay. Hello, Joe.
Adam, how are you, buddy?
Hey, doing good. Everybody, it's Joe Collada.
I'm a
Hi, Joe.
We're getting close to having my brother's movie made, and I'm worried once it's made that you're going to critique it.
That's funny. I love it.
We're real close now. We're getting pretty close, buddy.
That's awesome.
Got a lot of people interested in Hollywood looking at it. So they're looking at actors now for different people.
Awesome. Well, that's good. We're getting somewhere. Closer anyway to having something finished.
Yeah, it's getting real close. So I just wanted to tell you that. Then you mentioned Joe Lombardo in there in your show earlier.
Yeah, about the clown picture. Was that a reference to him or not in the movie? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I got a quick story for you about Joe Lombardo. They used to have a place down the street from the shop that I worked at, Igor's. It was Western Messenger Service. That was Louis Tenuto ran it, but he didn't own it. Joe and Vic Spilotro and Michael owned it. So anyhow, Joe came in one morning, and I had just gotten a brand new jacket my wife bought me. And he come walking in, and Joe never was the kind of guy that dressed up real nice or nothing. You know, he was very unpretentious. So he comes in, and I got the jacket hanging up in my room, and he walks in and he goes, "Hey, nice jacket." I go, "Oh, thanks, Joe." He goes, "You want to trade?" I go, "No, I wouldn't trade this jacket, Joe. My wife bought it for me." And he goes, "Oh, it's too bad you didn't trade." He took his jacket off. He laid it on my barber chair, and he unzipped the lining, $40,000 inside.
40?
I said, "Oh, 40,000. That's no bullshit." Then I go, I'll trade. He goes, "Too late." He says, "You should have taken
that was his sense of humor.
Yeah, he had a big
Joe,
sense
that was his sense of humor.
That's funny. Now we know why they called him the clown.
Yeah, he always joked around with everybody. But he wasn't a joke colada like me.
Joe Colada.
We both joke a little, but I'm Joe Colada.
Joe Colada.
You're the only Joe Colada around that we call.
Only Joe Colada. Only Joe Colada ever.
Nobody could use that. Nobody could use that.
No, that's awesome.
Only me. But I just wanted to tell you that story about Joe. And your show was really good today. But like I said, we're getting close to getting something going. So we'll be sitting down pretty soon with you.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to making that announcement too once something finally goes.
Once we get it, once we see the taillights in the rear view mirror.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay, buddy.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Have a good day. See you, Joe.
Okay, bye, pal.
Bye-bye. Julian, is Sheriff Joe Lombardo related to the mobster Joey the Clown? No, absolutely not. 100%. No, not related at all. So, do you know how much money they would have to spend to make a perfect movie, Adam? Poised for Duty. You know how much money they spend on a damned movie, Poised for Duty? You'd think with, $80 million, you could get something accurate, right? And at least the continuity flows and not, but, that's just my take. So, get Adam a
part in the movie. Here, Joe, man.
Bobby Bag of Donuts. Yeah, Joe's been talking about that. He thinks that that should happen. Anyway, Red, it's been fun today, buddy. We gotta wrap it up, and we're gonna be going over to your channel to talk a little bit.
My channel. I'm gonna be talking about Chicago cops.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about cops
back in the day.
Should be fun. Anyway, what do you say? It's been fun. We'll see you guys next week. 50-50 shot next week. If you don't see us, that's just because I had to work. Anyway, it's been fun, guys. Mob Vlog.